Welcome to the Denver Coliseum in Denver, Colorado. The final game of the 2023 USA Curling Men's National Championships. The winner of today's game will advance to the World Championships in April in Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Welcome inside the arena with Tyler George, my brother-in-law Derek Benson joining us again. Derek, great to have you for the final.
Great to be here. This is going to be a fun one. We have John, who it seems like he's in the final every year, and we got Casper, who's new to this. So it should be an exciting one. Buckle up. It's going to be a fun couple hours.
As Derek mentioned, our final will be Team Shuster and Team Casper. This will be a rubber match for the three games that they played this week. Casper taking the first, Shuster taking the 1-2 game. Casper winning the semifinal against Corey Dropkin last night to advance to this final. And again, the winner of this game will advance to the World Championships. Here are our teams. We're going to give you a pause quick for the anthem. And we are back. Haven't had that in a while here. So here are our teams. Team Shuster, 5-2 record in the round robin, versus Team Casper, the number 1 seed from the round robin at 6-1. Lineups for today's game. Alternate Colin Huffman, lead John Landsteiner. Second, Matt Hamilton. Third, Christopher Flies. Skip John Shuster and coach Stephen Berklid. For Team Casper, lead Chase Sinnott. Second, Ben Richardson. Third, Luke Violette. Skip, Danny Casper, and coached by Jordan Moulton. Derek, again, third time that these teams have met this week. Maybe a little easier on both sides of things, being 2-0 against a team. Tough to beat a team a third time, but with this 1-1 in the matchup, these have been the best two teams all week and very deserving finalists.
Absolutely. They're both carrying a lot of momentum in. It's going to be a fun one. I mean, every time they've played it, it's been fun. I mean, I expect them to keep it a little clean early, but we'll see.
Neither team afraid to mix it up, but the 1-2 game, we saw both teams bailing early in ends when they felt like they didn't have great rock position. John Shuster does that as well as anybody in the world, reading the situation. And Danny Casper, wise beyond his years with figuring out when to attack, when to peel, and on his own stones, extremely aggressive.
That's what's impressed me most is just the timing of his decision-making has been perfect almost all week. So we'll see how it goes today.
There have been a few times when we've questioned the aggressiveness of Danny's calls on what he's throwing, but when you make them, it really doesn't matter, and he's done that all week long. So the one you're going to make is the right shot.
We did have their game against Dunham, and we did question a few calls, and he made them all, so it kind of made us look silly.
So with that off the center line and high, Schuster's electing to play the tick. For 2 corner guards, only said T-weight from Landsteiner. You don't need to move these very far. And if it does go by, then you end up in the house besides.
And again, new rule this year that that guard is off the center line, so you can tick it. If that was touching the center line, they could not.
Actually bounced it pretty hard, a little more weight than Shuster was expecting there. So that rock will go back. Matt telling Danny it's his call, but he's going to direct him at the same time. Derek, crowd starting to fill in. When we came in 15 minutes ago, there were 3 lines that were backed up and wrapping around on the concourse outside. I think we're going to have a lot of people in here today. Really good atmosphere.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot louder than it has been. You know, midweek it's tough always for people. They have work and stuff, so it's a little bit less people in here. And now it's going to be warmer as well. It's been pretty cold all week, but expect it to be a little louder when on made shots.
Wait's good. Good, Chase. Let's try, Chase.
So a second center guard. Landsteiner playing the intern come around. Intern for that heathenistic lefty.
The correct hand to use when playing lead.
Swept all the way to the top of the 12-foot biting top 8s.
All right, I think I might like
Get a draw around here from Danny.
So Richardson throwing the intern come around draw.
Line's good. Stay close, Chase. Close. Line's
Close,
good,
Chase.
close.
That rock in the top
Line's
12s
good.
can essentially serve as a third
Always
guard
works.
with how high it is.
Yep, straight. Yep.
Yep.
Hard line.
Hard.
Hard
Hard.
line. Line's really good.
Line's good.
Line's good.
Sweeper's going
Curl
for
now.
line.
Curl if you can.
Curl.
Hard.
Really good
Hard.
line to go
Hard, keep
around this
going.
rock.
Hands,
Just
go.
needs some
Keep
weight.
going. Keep going.
Does get shot rock, top of the 8-foot.
John's got an angle now to make the soft waiter. Looks like he's going to try to get these split apart a little bit.
Probably somewhere around border control with this. I want to play it tight to the guard. If they do end up ticking or peeling, not a bad result.
Easy. 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 Yep. Keep going. Keep going. Hard. Keep going. Push.
Working this to curl a little.
Sit.
Really good shot there from Hamilton. If that bites, does roll out, but now buried under cover in the 8-foot.
Same thing.
Derek, those are the types of shots
Like the
for
same then?
Matt Hamilton. If he can make those early in the game, really big confidence builder for Matt. You know we can throw the up weights. His finesse game has improved so much over the years, but for anybody, making a finesse shot like that early in the game
Touch
is a
tighter.
big confidence builder.
Line's good.
Really helps you settle in, especially with Matt. Matt's
Easy.
Matt's a
Whoa, whoa.
fiery guy, and we know, like you said,
Move a
he can
little
throw
bit.
the high, hard
Line's
one,
good.
but making
Line's
one like
good.
that early is definitely going to be good for
Luke,
Matt's
Luke,
confidence,
curl.
which is good for that entire
curl.
team. When
Really
Matt's
gotta curl
going,
it.
they go.
Hard. Gotta curl a lot.
Hard,
14-6.
Luke. Hard, Luke.
This one has a lot of line,
Hard,
trying to get it to
hard,
turn over to
hard, Luke.
Barry.
You
Really
got it.
curling
Hard,
now.
Hard.
Keep going.
Hard, hard, hard,
going.
hard.
Keep
This is far back as they can to Barry. Barry's almost all of that stone. Good draw.
It's behind the tee line.
Freeze
We
is
could
fine
also
then,
try-
whatever you like.
What's that?
I mean, we could dig it or throw freeze, whatever you like.
Why, you got some of it?
Yeah, just a little less than a quarter, but it looks like there's a lot.
Nah, why don't you just throw the freeze, Matt?
Okay.
Some of that confidence from the first one he made with that weight, he might have been looking to play this a similar weight. I like the freeze here, though.
Hard! Okay, line's good. Chris.
Line's very good
Hard,
here.
keep going, Chris. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing.
Ply's trying to get it to turn over and not bounce. It will bump off, so maybe a little bit of space for Team Casper to try to get
Yeah.
inside of that.
Freeze it.
Can throw to freeze and play for a little tap and roll.
I think it's good weight. Okay.
In-turn draw for Luke Violette, his first of this championship final.
Top four. Top four. Clean. Top 14. Close. Top 14. Top four. Clean. Yep. Yep. Hard line.
They're on it for line and a little bit for weight. They did call top 4. I think it's a.
Weight looks close, really needs to go for line. Looks like it's going to bounce off of this rock in the top 8s.
Okay.
So some interesting angles now.
We were there. Pretty close. I think it's them, though. We could just tap this in here. Yeah. I think it's probably best. You could also do this, too, but what do you like better? Okay. Make it good. Even here is great, Chris.
Yep.
So outturn draw on the way for Chris Plies, his first of the final. Just trying to get to top 4s, top button. And Derek, this shot every bit as much about taking it away from Team Casper as it is for playing it for Team Shuster.
Yeah, it's an offensive shot, but at the same time, he is playing some defense too, making sure Danny has nothing.
Got a mile to curl.
Looks like it's a little out there.
John screaming at his teammate like an umpire,
Go ahead.
telling him he's out.
Go with the mat. Need full forefoot. Need full
Now
forward.
really
Coming in
turning
now.
over. Line's very good now.
Real nice,
Great
Chris.
shot, Chris. Attaboy.
Right to the top of the 4s, and
That's a pistol, bud.
Schuster now in total control.
Can you get
Yeah, that's a
to nose
great
of it?
spot.
Back line. I like that.
A little pressure on Danny now.
Violet playing the intern tap, trying to get to nose if he can. Needs to get fairly close to the guard, but a nose tap would put him
Weight's
in
good.
much better
Clean.
position.
Close to the hack.
Whoa, clean.
Weight's
Whoa,
good.
Whoa, clean.
Weight's good.
Clean, curl.
Little hot.
Curl. Whoa, straight. Straight.
Never off it.
Hard.
Got it.
And again, just over curling on that same line. So John has some options now.
Definitely a little bit of danger.
That good because they still have that.
Yeah.
I mean, I
What do
think
they
we're
got?
only relying on one is the issue.
I mean, if we guard, they probably have to run this center one, huh?
Yeah, probably. So you just want to guard this?
I mean, maybe.
It looks like they're only one.
I mean, we could also try to get in here and
I
tap
don't like the
this.
guard as much if
But
they're
again, I
just
think it
one,
just
but
makes it
I don't mind the
easier
tap.
Right. This one's our danger rock for
But
sure.
they're still going to have that same.
I don't mind them
tap on
running
the other
this
side.
one.
Yeah, all right.
I think Casper's out right now if they do guard is running in their own center guard. Couple different doubles they can
Yeah, I'll give
make
you
with that.
Curl the edge
Possibly
forward for me is
even
perfect,
get
actually.
all 3 moving if they catch it just
Speed is
right.
good. I threw it once in practice going that way, Chris.
Halfway?
Yeah, it'd be good.
15, 20.
So intern guard from Plies. I think that this
Okay, a lot of room
yellow
right now.
tap is the most dangerous rock for Team Casper.
Yep, gotta go, Matt.
I think you're right. You will see
Yeah,
Casper
gotta go for
throw
curl.
that run now.
Keep going.
If this guard is made
Knife
good.
it though, knife it. It looks like it's really traveling.
Should get there.
Easy now, easy.
Really turning over hard now, so
Oh, we're gonna.
line should be just fine.
It's fine. That's okay.
Don't want it frozen and lining it up though.
It's okay, Chris.
There may still be a tap there.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking like control.
Sounds like they're gonna play this with hit weight,
You like that,
maybe
Luke?
control.
A little
What's
surprised.
the risk?
Do you like that, or do
Yeah,
you,
if that rock was a little bit
I
closer,
don't
I
think
think
you're doing that.
you'd have a little more margin
it's
for error
tough
with the
too.
weight. With that separation, I think a tap is probably still right. I don't know that I want to move those reds
Well, we're
around.
thinking control.
Yeah, I don't like playing control, which is what they had first said.
I think control's fine. Yeah. Right there. Gotta hit a
Can we
third
hit
of
it
They are
it.
in a
playing
way to get
control.
to the back red?
And this is one of those, Derek, you almost
like this.
can't
Play a
hit
third,
too
you'd be
thin.
safe, right?
Yeah,
Third
there's
to a
no
quarter
danger,
Probably
yeah.
is
Control, hit a
good.
third of it.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, they've grabbed.
We've seen a few
Still
rocks
got
on this
10-5.
line move.
Should be able
We'll
to
see
curl
with
it
a
in
little more weight.
for you.
Obviously, they've been throwing draws and taps, but we'll see with this control weight or how this reacts.
So in turn, control weight, tap
Weight's good.
for Casper.
Yes. Whoa, whoa. Curl.
It's always
Weight's
thinner
good.
than you think on these shots, but this really needs to curl.
Hard, Luke.
Really working it now.
Hard.
And just as we say, you almost can't hit it too thin. They hit it
It
too
is
thin.
possible. Maybe just a little bit of a flare from Danny. They were calling wide right away.
You can guard it again and then come off that one in my last one.
Yeah.
He's got the in off then probably.
He does or we do, but I mean I could maybe get here too, but I don't think it's worth trying.
Still kind of hooped.
Yeah. So you think guard again?
Kind of.
I think it's because even his in-off's not that great. I mean, I guess
And
you
if he
could
makes
maybe
it-
catch the backside and sit too, but it's not that great because it's gonna be open.
It
and
should
I'm
be
gonna have this.
open-ish, yeah.
Yeah.
So let's just guard again.
I think that's the shot.
Edge, yeah.
So guarding that tap again. They were looking to see if Casper could do much with that in-off off the rock in the side 12-foot. And as Shuster noted, even if they make that, that rock should be open and they may have an ability to slash that in and make the double anyways.
Try to figure it out.
So in-turn guard, just looking for mid-guard.
Gonna be
Depth not real important, line most important thing in
Both
this
you guys
shot.
stay close. Steiner now. Steiner.
Just above the logo.
Easy. Just clean.
And that lines up just fine. So decision time for
You can get enough.
Casper.
Bolt in the way.
If Schuster's only sitting one, I'm not sure you want to get too aggressive
Give
here.
him, like,
Hard to tell from the overhead, but
Are we one, or are
I
they
thought
one?
I'd heard John say that they were one, but
are we?
he said we can't
We're
tell
for
from
sure
the
second,
overhead.
right?
We're second.
Yeah, we're second. I think we guard something.
There you go.
I don't know what he had.
Schuster
like,
does have that
play
in-off
really thin.
for 5, really thin.
Do we just pick that?
Excuse me, 4.
What do you like here, Ty, with from Casper?
Oof.
Pick that out.
Well,
I
how you-
think
that
I
chases this one,
probably-
gets 3, right?
Yeah.
Or 4.
He may have that out-turn
We can
tap
guard this.
if it gets really close to the guard.
Yeah, because this making this isn't.
That's not that good.
And it's hard to not give him something playing that
We
in-off.
either guard this or pick it. It's hard to like throw enough weight to get this out. You like picking that?
Whatever you're feeling.
I mean, it's definitely possible for him to make that, but
I mean, I think right now, if we don't throw anything, he's probably going to try this one in the middle. Would be my guess over the off, but I'm not sure.
the other thing is, do we roll it anywhere?
You have to be thin and roll back here.
I think I'd rather just pick it than roll.
And just let him play this? Can he make it for 4? Yeah, I mean, that'd be pretty lit.
There may be a
That'd be
spot
sick if it was right.
where you can take both away. Danny Casper saying a guard in that exact spot would be lit.
All right.
High guards are lit, Derek.
They are.
It's a really tough chase. Like a really tough chase.
That
You
is-
only want this maybe a foot or 2 over the hog line, and it might
Huh?
take away the bump
The guard.
and the in-off.
From here, you can take a
That
look
would be
at how
lit.
hard the chase is.
I think he said it would be sick afterwards, too.
That one I'm more familiar with.
Yeah,
I'm
Up
a
to you.
little old for lit, but
I still don't
high
mind.
guards are sick, dude.
He probably would rather throw that than the in-off.
Well, yeah, I keep pigeonholing him into a shot for 4.
See Danny looking up at the screen, waiting to see if
The other way, right?
we'll switch back.
Which one do we think's harder?
I
You
think
can
the
see it
chase
up
is
in the
harder.
corner.
Just pick it, Chase. Yep.
They're going to peel this rock out, take away the in-off. which says that they don't believe Shuster can get enough of that tap to get 3 or 4. I'm not sure that that's true. I think for 3 it may be there.
The way it moves, I agree. I think it is there.
I'm pretty sure John will give it a go.
Yeah, he's definitely going to.
Doesn't look like it could be there for 3 or 4.
It's just
It
like,
just seems like it
if
goes.
it breaks more than yesterday, yes, but your hack waiter didn't go crazy. And it has to, even moving this doesn't, it's still only 1 if we move it and don't move this. We have to move this to play this one.
No, I know. I was just wondering.
Whereas
Like,
this one, all we got to do is touch it and we get 2.
Okay.
I don't know.
That's fine. I was just asking.
No, you're right. I mean,
I'm
if
greedy.
it comes in here, I think it's
In our headsets in the booth,
I don't need it.
No,
one
this is
microphone comes in one ear and one goes
how
in
much
the
I
other.
got,
So it's
third?
like the two of them are standing beside us, having a conversation right through our heads.
Yeah, it's very scary between those two.
This will be it.
It's a class. This is a very classic scene we've seen so
Yeah.
many times where
I'm gonna
Matt's
throw
down
like
talking
back
to John.
line.
And
It's only for 2,
it's
right?
always fun to listen in.
All you got to do is touch it.
So Schuster's going to play this back line chip for 2. I'm a little surprised they didn't have a go at the tap for 3.
Not to, because that shot. we're
Possibly
shot.
4 if you made it really good, if
We
it
don't
walked
touch
in
the
We
well.
don't touch the back one, we still only
It's
get
only 1.
He's pretty sure that he can get 2 just touching
We
this
could
stone.
also just drop it to the other side, but I think this is easier. All you got to do is touch our rock and score 2. We might be line 2 already. All right, so I'm going to throw you guys like a...
Last stone of this first end. Schuster playing back line weight. Just trying to touch that red stone for a second point.
Back line!
They're not convinced that they're not 2 already.
Through! It should be close, stay close.
This is going to curl.
Whoa!
Just through.
Get close!
Stay close, buddy.
Yep, yep! Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Turning over now. Line looks pretty good.
Go ahead, Matt. Go ahead, Matt. Hard, hard, hard!
Carving it late.
Pistol.
And really well done.
Great shot
Boy,
from
with how
John.
much they got by that by, it looked like maybe it would have been there for 3 if they
I was thinking the same
thought
thing.
with a little more weight.
They had no issues there.
So it is a 2 for Schuster in the first end after that chip. After 1, 2-0, Schuster leads Casper.
What's the only way you could have stolen?
Tight 3 right now.
You don't want to go. Like, we're never getting it.
Just a 3.
Back for the second end of
Nice
this
line's good.
men's championship final. 2023 USA Curling National
Good curl, a little,
Championships.
maybe. Yeah, let's go a little bit. Go ahead.
Schuster with a 2 in the first end leads Casper 2-0.
Never coming in. Keep going.
Start of the second end means
That way,
it's time
Steiner,
to tell you
start,
about Warm Room Hero. Is your curling club website clunky and unworkable? Are you tired of your club relying on social media because your website just does not work for your members? Finally, the curling management software your club has been waiting for is here. Check out Warm Room Hero at curling.club
Line's
today.
good. Line's good.
Top 8.
Line's good now.
Top 8.
Well, fun
Top
start.
4.
I said they might
8.
keep
Line's
it a little
good.
clean
Line's
early,
good.
and they did not. So
Close,
wrong
Luke.
again for me.
Weight's pretty good.
Just top
Good
8.
start for
15-4.
Schuster.
Line's
It's
really
good.
good.
Take the
Gotta
2,
curl
like
though.
you
Top
said,
4.
they might have
Hard,
been
Luke,
there
keep
for
going.
3, but you know they got
Keep
their
going,
2,
keep going.
did what
Psych.
they had to do. So
Nice shot.
Derek, we had a visitor to the booth a minute ago at the break.
Nice hack, Steiner.
I'm going to pronounce this probably incorrectly, but Jonah Trosseth tweeted out that he decided on a whim to fly out to watch Nationals on his own. His
Heavy
parents
hack.
have kids, and
Little up.
Yep.
we think
Put
that
him
there'll
up.
probably be some drinking buddies in the arena for him today.
I might know one of them.
Yeah,
Well,
there'll be a few around, so welcome, Jonah.
Nice throw,
Thanks for
Steiner,
coming
attaboy.
out.
Pistol.
He's not the only one. This place is filling up quick now, and apparently the lines outside are still
Yeah, a little roll.
all the way around the block
Control.
almost. So it's kind of like a Miami Heat crowd,
Yeah.
late arrival, but I'm not sure that the arena staff was prepared for this kind of attendance. So really good to see. Glad I was going through the staff
That's good.
entrance and not the
Yep.
main entrance.
Yes.
It was that
Hard.
long, half an hour ago.
Hard.
Apparently has not changed.
Hard to it.
Text from people outside that have been waiting for quite a while to get in. So.
And anyone in here, you might as well stick around for the women's final and not leave, even though there's some time in between.
I'm really excited for that women's game. That's two teams that will mix it up with a lot of rocks and play. Delaney Strauss, probably the most fun team to watch in this tournament with the way they attack and the way they play offensively. And Olympic reps, Tab Peterson undefeated in this tournament. 11-10 was the final.
Unreal
the
game.
1-2 game. For those that don't watch a lot of curling, that is extremely high scoring. So we're going to have a fun one this afternoon. I expect that one to come right to the wire, and no lead is safe with those two teams.
Yeah, I think just Peel.
No, you saw it last night with Strauss having that. She was up 3 in the 10th, and Peterson got 4, and that can happen with those teams. They like I said, they love to mix it up, and they are great players. So a lot of action to come.
Yep. Yes. Yes. Clean. Good.
Looks like just a peel here from Ben Richardson.
Yeah, Casper electing just to play this end clean. They didn't like this setup. They didn't want to go around the center guard, so they do elect to peel. This will likely be peeled out through the rest of the end unless Casper decides to switch gears, but Derek unlikely as they chose to play the peel on the center this early in the end. That's probably how the rest of the end will go.
Definitely Chris, though. Lance,
I don't know. Yeah, I do.
Is that in spine?
Still getting texts from people outside asking if we can do anything to alleviate the backup, get people in the arena.
Just
I
peel
think
it.
they've already tripled the staff for getting people into the building, and not sure what else they can do at this point. Maybe we'll just send them through the staff entrance instead.
Yep.
There is a noticeable difference in the crowd already without,
Yes.
and like you said, there's people outside still, but the noticeable thing is how warm it is in here.
Yeah, this is the first time all week I haven't had my overcoat on sitting in the booth, and the temperature, both from the outside temp and the amount of people that are coming in. Maybe word got down to John and Danny that there's more people coming in, so just trade hits out so they don't miss anything before they actually get in here.
Perfect. That 4's fine here too, so 15-6 should be in.
15-6. Hog to hog time. And that still gets to the ring, so we're seeing it lightning fast once again today.
You got it, Luke.
No other games going on the ice, so no temperature
10.
changes. I would
Clean.
expect
Heavy.
consistency
Heavy.
throughout the game.
Close. Yep. Whoa. Curl. Curl. Okay, good throw, Luke. 10-4.
Guys, is that going here now? Yeah.
So, Derek, our job to entertain the masses here and probably have a sip of Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar. We got 4 bottles left for the day now. Should be enough to get us through 2 championship finals.
6.
Yeah, it ends like this. There's not much exciting to talk about, so this is where it's really hard being in the booth.
Yeah, I can tell a little story, I suppose, about Danny Casper's father coming up to me in the concourse, and I'd worked with Danny a few years back, and he was on the outside looking in the program, and maybe a little discouraged about his path in the curling world, and
About the same. Clean.
just had a little time with him, tried to pick him up.
Clean.
Monkeyed with his delivery a little bit, the same way that
Yep.
I monkeyed with mine to try to throw a big weight more accurately, and made a huge difference for him. Got excited throwing rockets down the sheet, and fast forward a few years.
Nice shot, Luke.
Danny now skipping as a 21-year-old in the national men's championship. It's remarkable to see what hard work and persistence can do. Danny just looks like such a confident player in these situations that he belongs here. And when we were at that age in our curling careers, you're kind of hoping to pick up on a men's squad or grow as a junior team into that men's mix. And Danny just jumped in and has taken the country by storm, in essence, with skipping a team at the national championships, his first men's nationals, the #1 seed after the round robin, has a win over John Shuster already in this tournament. And now, again, in the final after beating Corey Dropkin last night. It's a pretty crazy story. I'm not sure people appreciate exactly what an accomplishment this is for the whole team, obviously. It's a young squad, but for Danny in particular, to be here in this spot and to have earned it, it's really remarkable to watch.
For sure. That's what's most impressive to me about Danny is, like you said, a lot of these younger players in the past have jumped on the men's teams, whether it be at lead or another position, and they grow that way. He's growing as a skip, like right in front of our eyes, and it's fun to watch. And like you said, his confidence shows. I mean, it's unreal.
And on the other side, for Team Shuster, that it's same old story, that ending up in the final, regardless of how the round robin goes, they always round their way into form. And I talked with John last night about this tournament and
That's good, Danny.
how they're feeling going into this final, and he said, it's just what they're used to doing, that they round themselves into form throughout the round robin, but with a little bit shorter round robin, they really were trying to find their feet by the time they got to these playoff games. And we've seen it so many times. John said it so matter-of-factly that this is just kind of what we do, and it really is. Yet another final for John. They always end up, or seem to end up, in the 1-2 game.
Yeah, I know he had said, I think, every 1-2 game basically since 2014, and even when they've been struggling a bit during the week, they always find their way in, and they play their best, towards the weekend, and they always have. And that's just, like you said, it's a pretty familiar situation for them.
And John playing as well as I think he ever has at this point too, having that gold medal in the trophy case, and there's your first announcer jinx of the day, which John rolls out on that hit. I believe there may be some games being played at home to occurrences like that. Here you see the crowd as things are starting to fill up here in the lower bowl, and lines still massive outside the arena to this point. We're hoping to get everybody in here by the 5th end break at this point.
Not to get political, but stay in line.
So Casper getting a free look at whatever line he wants to play here.
Wait's good.
And just getting a read as he throws this one through on purpose to get the line. And I would expect to see both of these teams
Wait was good.
mix things up a little more. I know the crowd a little bit confused. For a lot of first-time curling viewers, that throw through on purpose.
When we played.
So we do have the blank in the second end. Casper retains hammer for the third. Schuster leading 2-0.
Line's great. Still there.
2-0 in the third end of this championship final, 2023 men's USA Curling National Championships. John Shuster and Danny Casper. Tyler George and Derek Benson in the booth. Derek, really kind of you to take the time to come in here. I know you have a very busy afternoon of supporting the concession stand here in the arena.
Yeah, I have to do my part. I've been doing a pretty good job all week of supporting the arena. Yeah, I'll be busy.
I think it's good.
Line's close.
A pickle just showed up.
Somebody
Top
dressed
8.
as a
Line's good.
pickle just walked into
Top
the
8,
arena.
top 4.
Line's good.
Top 8.
More
Top
costumes
eight.
should be
Wait's
worn
good.
at curling
Line's
events.
good.
Wait's good.
Just top 8. Luke now. Luke now.
A little bit. Wait's
Only
really
if you have to.
And again, one of our
15-3.
favorite things about the
Line's
curling
really good.
community, last
good.
night,
Keep going a bit, Luke. Yep.
almost all of the teams, or at least some representatives of them, end up going out to spend some time together and tell some stories, hang out. The curling community, even at the national championships, that tight-knit community. A lot of fun to swap stories. A lot of the players that were out with everybody, kind of hard to see them that old enough
Yeah.
to be able to be there. Like, every time you turn your head, remember watching these players grow up, and now here they are at
I don't think it's
the
bumping.
national
I don't think
championships.
it's bumping.
Theirs was 15-3 though.
Still to it.
And that's just it too. You see members of Schuster's team last night sitting with fans, talking to people, having a beer. You know, it's the curling world's a fun thing, and
There we go.
the camaraderie is
Control.
crazy. Even after wins and losses, at the end of the day, everybody out there is pretty much friends. So it's a fun week.
It's a little bit of a mistake there from John Landsteiner, something we don't say very often. Just a hair heavy on that freeze attempt and rolls
Hair
off,
light.
Clean.
hoping that we don't see another
Clean.
bail from
Curl.
Schuster
Little
if they
light.
do make this hit and roll.
Clean. Straight. Straight. Whoa. Curl. Curl. Curl.
Turning this
curl,
over,
curl,
trying to get the
curl.
roll.
That's fine.
Ends up still open. Derek, with this crowd filling up now,
Pretty tough
I
this game.
I
so
think
think we
that
just make
both
sure we
teams
kill it.
feed off this type of atmosphere. We saw Team
Yeah,
Casper at the
anything,
university games
like,
with a packed
it's like
house,
it's-
really playing to the crowd,
It's
getting
like two
fired
thirds
up,
to me.
pumping fists, and playing at their best in that type of atmosphere. And on the flip side, with John Schuster's squad, they also feed off energy of people in the building, their fans. Matt Hamilton, the
Clean.
Clean.
catalyst for that,
Attaboy, Matt.
getting people pumped up. And Matt makes the double as we say that.
And
rolls
there's the
off.
crowd. We've seen that a lot with Schuster's team over the years. They really do feed off the crowd,
Just
and Matt
wait,
gets them
Chris.
all going. And there he is.
Matt putting his hand up.
Yes. Yes.
This
Yes.
year,
Yes.
Hulk Hogan style.
Clean.
Clean.
Unfortunately, now we have
Just
another
clean.
peel, so we get one moment of excitement, and
I never
now
said yes.
Any stories? Any more stories?
peeling off. So
3-4,
I
Matt.
have stories. I can't tell any of them though.
yeah, they're really making our job a little tougher in the booth now. We have to talk more with filling this in. I can't blame Danny for peeling that off with the way that's set up. I think I'd like to see him still go around that center guard though and
Through.
push the action a little bit on Team Schuster.
And we
Probably
do
the
tend to
house
see this
guy.
more in finals too, and semifinals. Teams bail a little bit more than they normally would in like a round robin game. So, like you said, I don't blame them either, but would have liked to see him come around.
Control.
So we will see control weight hit from Casper. A little bit of a smirk from both skips as I think they're aware of how this end will play out again. Plus side for both
Clean.
of them.
Curl.
Clock should be no issue with
Curl.
pace they'll play, trading
Curl.
hits here.
Hard.
Yeah, expect the second half.
hard?
There's when the thinking is needed, they'll have time to do it.
That one hits and rolls to the wing. We'll see if it bites
Nice
in the
shot.
outside. Will stay on the paint.
Keep it firm.
Now you heard Hamilton say keep this firm, and that's smart thinking. There is the pickle outfit that we saw. Kosher dill. You made your way on the Jumbotron.
Close.
We're a
Close.
pro costume booth.
Yeah, we're pro fun here in the booth.
Whoa.
We're also pro Dr. Pepper Zero Sugar. A little sip once again while we're trading hits here.
Firm weight here, Luke.
Have they reached out to you yet? I got him mid-sip.
No word yet from Dr. Pepper on
Firm.
they're going to get
Clean.
involved in the curling world
Yep.
or a personal sponsorship for myself.
Yes.
I think I've done everything I can do.
To it.
Try to
To
make
it.
that happen.
To it. To it. Yep. 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 Yep.
See, in my little world, I like to imagine that there's a Dr. Pepper rep randomly watching the national curling championships and picking up on that and thinking, hey, we might have a foothold here. I need to get involved.
Or he's thinking like, look at all these free ads we got.
Doesn't matter if we stay or not. 8-5.
So again, trading hits. Flies hitting this stone in the back of the 12-foot. Barely biting, so tough stick.
Yep.
The spot.
Right to it. Right to it.
Flies makes no mistake.
Nice of them to, like you said earlier, let the crowd settle in and before they get too into it.
Great shot. That was really good.
Thanks to those with the 3-7 bar down in the Mankato area for watching, and
Weight's
you're
good.
welcome for
Clean.
that first
think
announcer
weight's
jinx
good.
of the day.
Whoa.
This one on the wide side
Hard.
from
Floating.
Violet.
Hard to get
Richardson
it
really
Oh,
working
the-
it.
Stick will roll out. Luke looking a little confused at that one.
out. I didn't get it. It was pretty
So a free look for Shuster. He's going to play the outturn draw. Derek, we've seen a little more curl, as we've mentioned all week long, going towards the sheet A side, this turn that John is playing.
Yep. Do you expect it to change much with no other games going on, or do you think it'll stay pretty similar to how it's been all week?
Yeah, you usually see it a little straighter and a little faster in the final. Again, because of the lack of other games going on the ice and the temperature difference. And they're in the center, too. If this was on an end sheet closer to the fans, then you might see a little bit of a shift in the amount of curl or even the speed changing as the game goes on. I know when we've played in World Championship events and we play on the boards, there's a lot of people in the building, that those are the toughest sheets to figure out speed-wise and curl-wise. But right in the center of the action here on sheet C, I don't think that's an issue. And
Like you said, John, getting a free look there. It's always nice to have those early in the game to get that draw weight and just kind of see that line for, like you said, for free.
Danny Casper wasting no time coming out.
Weight's good.
Turn pass.
No,
Playing
no.
with pace is good. Still need to make sure that you're not rushing when you throw these. And this one really on the wide side and trying to get it to curl to stick around on the outside. Will roll out.
And another free look for John.
Yeah, and Shuster won't mind that at all. He may play the other side now just to see the intern. He's going to play intern cross. So intern draw to the outside of the rings for Shuster. They just want to give Casper a different look. And Derek, there's usually a reason why they're throwing it to the spot they are. If they know something with Danny's tendencies or a look that they want to give him. Sometimes it's just a matter of giving him a different line altogether. But John has studied Danny's game enough that he believes he can put him in a spot where maybe there's a little flare they've seen.
Yeah, even if he's noticed a slight weakness, you know, most of them don't have weaknesses on blank attempts, but, you know, if he's seen anything, like you said, throw it to a spot where maybe he struggles a little more.
Going to the outside wing, making Casper play the intern
Right at the stick,
peel.
Danny.
Trying to hit and roll out. Maintain hammer to the fourth. There, it kind of reminds me of some of the Briar playoff games that we've seen over the last few years with both
Danny.
teams really just hesitant to push, and the execution so good early in the end that they don't want to dig themselves a hole with positioning. And it is indeed a blank. So 2-0, Shuster leads Casper after 3.
Twin Cities Orthopedics is ready to go with more doctors, specialty services, and convenient urgent care locations. Ready, set, TCO.
close.
That was
Fourth
Chris,
end to
though.
play,
Don't throw anything.
2023 Men's USA Curling National Championship game. Schuster leading Casper 2-0. Tyler George and Derek Benson in the booth today. Derek, Schuster now going into the house. I think believing that Casper will likely play to a corner guard and does.
Speed should be good here too.
See if we can
Sure.
get some more rocks in play and make this fan friendly. Again, can't blame the teams for doing what they've done with the way the rocks set up, but obviously for us in the booth, you know, we can fill time on just about anything to the point of annoyance.
Little room
Fans,
right now.
but
Luke.
The good news is these ends,
It's close.
those blank ends do go
Luke.
quick, so people don't have to listen
Weight's
to us
good.
quite as long.
2.
Okay, looks like it's running a bit.
Weight's good.
Easy.
3.
Careful.
So intern
Easy,
corner
easy,
guard
easy,
from
easy.
Chase Sinnott.
Carve when you can.
Weight's okay. It's a 3.
Yep.
And the crowd is really settling in now. We're
Nice
seeing
shot.
Shot,
quite a
Chase.
few. It's nice to see.
Yeah,
Hopefully
by
we can give them
far
a show now.
the largest crowd of the weekend. People still filing in.
Little more room on this one.
Landsteiner
2.5. Go ahead.
playing to a mid guard. So with 2 guards in play,
Here we go.
we may see something other than a blank end here.
It's in, isn't it? 15-4.
Again, those fans that haven't been real experienced with the sport, probably looking at the scoreboard and saying, how did anybody ever score 2 points with the way these teams play?
Fine with right under.
You like that?
Huh?
I like the draw if you like
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, with
Just
the
gonna
5
straight
rock
draw.
3 guard zone rule, they cannot peel. Schuster will not be able to peel that corner on their next. So Casper electing to go underneath the corner, and I would expect if this is buried, Schuster to go to a guard. Landsteiner slid
Close.
deep.
C-line.
Line's closed.
That's the second time
Back
that
four,
rock
back
has
8.
run a little bit on Landsteiner, Derek. We saw
They're
it
there for weight.
bounce off
Back
on
8.
Let
a
it grind.
freeze
Line's
attempt.
okay.
Back 8.
I was going to ask you,
gliding
so
into the rings.
Back
it's
12.
a little
Let it grind.
uncharacteristic of John.
That's it.
He's so consistent, so I don't know if maybe it's a rock
Gotta
thing, but
curl a little bit. Yep.
it is the second
Go
time.
ahead, Luke. Go ahead.
This rock
Okay, good.
settling into the back of the rings, trying to bury.
That works, Chase.
Good.
As long as it's
Chase.
covered, it's just fine.
Mostly buried behind the corner
Got
guard.
an inch.
What's that?
So got an inch.
On which side? Really? Yeah. You can dig if you want. You can also guard, but guard's not great because we got to guard this one, and they're. I mean, although
Again,
this
familiar
does go
dialogue
towards
from
it.
John and Matt.
You pick.
What do you think? Let's play this. Ah.
So Hamilton liking digging this
Assist,
rock out,
Livermore.
Sure.
and that's a good sign for Matt too, that shot looks good to him, playing the finesse weight, the intern especially, that Matt has been a little soft on from time to time, but he's been very good with it this week in the games we've had.
Easy, both. Nope,
And I think that
nope,
goes back
nope,
to in the
nope.
first when he made that
What?
soft
Chris.
waiter, then gained that
Hi,
confidence.
Chris. Hi, Chris.
Go ahead, keep going.
Trying to get this to stick around in the back too, and does.
That's well done by Matt.
Interesting rock setup with that in the back. There is a freeze opportunity eventually too,
This
but
one's fine.
looks like Danny wants to move one of these stones
Either one.
first, so
Like just the top one.
Yeah, I like that.
top one is probably the easier roll.
Control.
Okay.
A little more margin for error on this one, Derek, as
Absolutely.
opposed to the second one where you can only see 3/4.
Yeah, I like this. The simplest thing right now is the top one. So play it, position yourself.
Yep.
Really important to stick around here too. It looked like Ben might have
Yes.
hooked that one a little bit.
There-
Yes.
Luke's really hard on this one.
Hard.
Trying to hold it.
Hard. No,
It may
it's
just be nose.
okay.
Sits in front of that stone.
Interesting
Yeah.
spot.
Make sure we cover this side. Well, I guess
Schuster
we just
playing the
gotta cover
guard.
them both, right?
Yeah, split them.
Rocks in play. Here we go.
Yes.
2-3.
The burden's off our shoulders. We can call the game here. He's looking for a mid guard.
Not a lot.
Schuster likes the way
Line's
these are
okay.
set up, sitting 2, even though they only
Line's
have their
good.
number 1 counter in the 8-foot.
Little full right now, guys.
Okay, it might be Chris though.
I think it's Chris.
Split center.
Should finish on this line.
Go ahead.
Easy.
Close, Steiner.
Both of you stay close.
Oh.
Oh.
Rock's really gliding on
that'll
this
be
ice today.
Perfect spot, bud.
Yeah, you can
Well
tell.
placed by Matt.
Like you said, with no one else on the sheet, and what was it,
7/8,
15-4 earlier?
little
You had
less.
that top 8 spot. So it is
Chase.
quick. They are cruising.
Richardson playing the run in. Could see some granite moving here.
Whoa. Clean. Whoa.
Close. Whoa.
This is very close.
Curl.
Needs to get up just a little
Curl.
bit.
Curl. Shot.
And really well done. It leaves a second corner guard as well. Great shot from Richardson.
We've seen that so many times from Ben.
Well, we can't really roll that
Really
way,
good
so
at that
let's
shot.
roll here.
And best case scenario too, Derek, that Red Rock stayed in the back of the house for team
Or do you want to throw that
Casper
board?
as it
Absolutely.
plays to a jam.
Okay.
Stone that they can use, not a threat in the least bit.
Does look tight to me.
And makes this hit a little more difficult because they can't roll in with that rock in the back of the 12s unless they get all the way over the top of it.
10.
Whoa, whoa. Please,
10.
yep, yep.
Keep it on
They
that
are
line.
trying to get inside,
Line, buddy, come on.
Hard.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
That's good, it's good, it's good.
actually
it's good.
trying to stay on the outside of it.
That's great.
Well swept, good throw by Chris. Danny now trying to play that same hit
Yeah,
and
it's
roll.
not bad. It's only half in the 8 foot.
I wouldn't mind just the draw right now.
Yeah, he has
I
an
like it.
opportunity for 2 with those 2 corners. I like the draw, and that's what he got to.
Yep. I like
You're
this
like
call here. This is
10,
with the
15,
2
yeah.
corners, you have a lot of margin for error going under. You only need to be half in the 8 foot to be shot rock. Pushing the action a little bit more on John. That rock in the top of the 8 foot is not much of a threat. Not on the
Top
center
8,
line.
top 4.
Hey, close, Ben.
Back four.
Good aggressive call by
T-line.
Casper.
On top 4 depth.
Back 8.
I like it too.
Okay.
Even though you have the 2 reds counting, the setup is pretty good for
not on
Danny to
anything,
get
so.
multiple. Just has to make this draw around the corner, and he's set up really well.
Yeah, it really needs to stop to have
gliding
paint,
again.
though. This is gliding.
We've seen that a few times.
Sorry, Luke.
Goes all the way through. That track is, we can't say it enough times.
Probably tap.
Center line going out
Very
Dead
common.
nose is good.
as fast as you'll see anywhere.
I think 4 was good for this.
So now Schuster able to play this tap without any fear of
Yeah, that ice is
a
getting
multiple
to the
point
center
end
line.
as of now.
That's close. That's for an inch less.
Yeah.
So intern tap for Chris Plies. I believe it's a tap. They also may be going around it.
7, 8. 7. How was he at, Chris? 6, 7.
Sticking with the tap call.
Touchdown.
Hard.
6.
Hard line.
This really
Whoa,
turned
seven.
over.
Whoa.
7.
Yep.
7.
Whoa.
Stay close, stay
Close. Whoa. Neither. No, just good.
The line looks good. That's
And really
well done.
by Plies. Goes to the back of the button.
really good pair from Chris.
Control.
Oh,
No panic here from Casper. They get the roll. They'll be sitting second count under
You're not
cover.
going to get both for the roll.
Yeah, still not in trouble. If you make this hit and roll, you're in a great spot.
No, there's absolutely still 2 in play for Casper with the way this is set up.
I mean, unless you
They
just
make the
want to
roll.
roll to like here.
No, that's well. This is fine.
Rolls.
I want one room less though.
Roll's really good here.
Wait's good.
Out turn,
Clean.
control
Wait's
weight
good.
hit from Violet. Really
Wait's
need to
good.
stick
Yes.
around here, and they'd love to roll buried.
Yes.
Hard chase, you got it.
Yes.
Hard chase.
Clean.
Sinnott trying to hold the line. They're very
Whoa.
close on the roll.
Whoa. Nice shot.
That's
Attaboy.
really well done.
Really good.
Perfect execution from
And the
Luke
2 is
Violet. Well called by Casper and Derek. They are sitting second count, so a little pressure on Schuster now.
2 absolutely back in play.
I mean, that
It's
was
a great shot.
this rock that went here. Rolled that both the right
This
spot.
guard's in a different spot, John.
Decision time
No,
for
it's
John.
not. This is the same one you just threw through.
Oh, on this one, yeah.
We'll take a little more though. It's fine. What's that? Yeah. I mean, dead buried above T line would be great, right?
Not quite as much animation from Hamilton as of yet.
I think I mean, I got a 13-9 through the house back there. So
We saw yesterday in that 1-2 game, Matt was bouncing all over the place, bringing the energy for his squad.
Yeah, he was feeling it. He had a few fans that showed up yesterday that were getting him going, and he was riding that.
So Schuster drawing to the top of the 8 foot, trying to get second count under the corner guard. They really need to bury this too on the line they're playing. If it goes to T, you might see a freeze from Casper.
6.
If it's open at all above the T line, there could be a double.
Still above the T. 6. Above the tee, but we don't want to come down.
Gotta sit above the
Looks
other
like
one.
all a 6 right now.
Yeah, it's
still
gliding again. We've seen this
Can't be
time
to
and
the-
time
above
again.
the tee. The other one. Judge, boys. That away.
That's really well done by Shuster. Sweeper's just valeting that one in. Might be able to dig it out, though.
Small quarter.
Yeah, small quarter, but I think you got to play it.
I don't mind it, yeah.
You could even get a little aggressive at playing a double if you skinny the guard with how those are staggered, Derek.
Yeah, small quarter plenty.
Either that or the roll on the center line one.
I like playing on that rock, like you said. I don't
mind either.
if there's any issue here.
Yeah, you can play it to a roll or you can play it to a double. With the broom that they're taking, it looks like they're just playing to chip this out of the 8-foot and roll on top of the rock in the back of the butt, which would also be a good setup for a possible two for Casper. Shuster may have to just pick it out or lose his own in order to clear it.
Then we can have a shot to score.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to guess through the house weight, maybe pure hack.
Hack.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Curl.
Weight's good.
Close.
To get
Straight.
up. Now Richardson on the sweep. Trying to get by.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And does. Look at this shot by Casper.
That is didn't quite move it.
Out of shot. It's still really good.
Gotta get it clean.
This is not counting it, right?
So close to being absolutely perfect.
Cool. Go. Gotta get it clean. Yeah.
Yeah, John will just peel this out now and play
Good.
for the
Happens,
force.
Marcus.
They just want to miss their back one. There is a hack weight shot around the outside for 2 if Shuster were to lose his own. So as long as they pick this clean, Casper will be forced into a hit for 1. And Derek, that was millimeters away from being absolutely perfect. If that curls just a touch more.
Yeah, once they got by, they needed to carve that just a touch. So close, but a great shot.
Hard. Come on, Steiner.
And Steiner sweeping to try to hold it,
Still got it.
avoid the backing. And does.
The crowd likes that one. That's the first big cheer we've heard in a while.
Well, it looks cool.
Yeah, they don't like when they throw rocks through the house.
So Casper will have open
Control.
hit and stick for 1
Okay.
point.
Yep.
The margins in this game so small. Casper so close to setting up a possible 2-point end. Shuster makes no mistake digging that out. Final stone of this 4th end, Danny Casper.
Weight's good.
Turn, hit, and stick for 1.
Hard look.
Trying to turn it over to stick around. And rolls too far. That is a steal of 1 for Shuster. Casper just a little bit
Yeah, I think we're good,
on the
right?
full
Yeah.
side. So with that steal after 4 ends of play, Shuster now leading Casper 3-0.
The everyday person may not aspire to be a professional athlete or an Olympic athlete. You may just want to be the best person you can be. You just may want to sleep better. You may want to feel better. Thorne has many products that can support all of those things. So it's not just about performing or running faster or jumping higher. It's those little things that go into having a higher quality of life.
Fifth end to play, 2023 USA Curling men's national championships. This is the championship final. Shuster leading Casper 3-0 after Casper rolled a little too far on his hit and stick for 1 point. So now you're going to see Casper pressing the issue a little bit. I don't expect Shuster to take the foot off the pedal too much. Still early in this game. And Derek, you don't have to get it all back at once. The goal for Danny this end should be to find a 2. If they can get 3, obviously they'll be really happy.
Absolutely. These 10 games are long, so like you said, you get your deuce here, you're just fine. There's no issues. You know, there's no margin for error in a final. So that last end, it's tough to see that just didn't quite come up, and he maybe threw it just a little bit up from what he wanted, and it just kind of ran on him.
Got to curl a lot. Okay, whenever you can, Luke. It's got to curl a mile.
Corner guard looks just fine here from Chase Sinnott.
Getting better. Still curl.
Chase, very accomplished player. The junior circuit. I coached Luke Violette's squad. Came up against Chase many times. Well respected, really nice guy. Had some good success on the men's national circuit as well. And a team, Derek, that it's kind of the same thing we've been saying all week with Delaney Strauss, that you look at your teams of the future and you know, the small incremental steps that these teams make, and then all of a sudden they're in the national final before you realize it. You know, that's supposed to be maybe a few years away, but you know, the success that they've had and absolutely earning it too. This is no fluke with either one of these teams.
Absolutely.
They've kind of jumped a few steps in the process and now are amongst the country's elite at the men's and women's level already.
Yeah, I don't think it's surprising at all. They have, even from 2 years ago, they have come so far. I know Strauss's team this year has made a huge jump the last year and a half, and it's fun to watch. But again, on the women's side, they like to play. They like aggression, and they're not afraid of anything. They'll throw rocks in play and see what happens. More often than not, Delaney comes up with something.
Yep.
Perfect come around draw by Chase Sinnott. Great pair from him.
Dead buried, right?
Yeah, the edge is a little better here.
Difference between this end and last, Derek, that rock completely buried, so they can't take a run at that hack weight shot that Hamilton played last time around.
Yeah, just a matter of an inch or two, and it is obviously it's a little higher too. So
that's fine. Clean, Chris, if you can.
I want to go to it, John.
Yep.
A little deep here, maybe.
Okay, line's not good anymore.
Yeah, this should turn over and have the speed come off of it on this line. But it is over curling too.
Let it be. Hang on, baby. Stay over on the high side. Okay. All right, Matt.
You like here?
He's slightly confused there.
Top 8.
Just playing to a freeze here. Not quite enough that Danny feels comfortable trying to dig that out. And that stagger on the center guards will make things interesting too, as they pile rocks underneath. If they do freeze, refreeze.
Close, Luke.
There's not much they can do for a run back with those stones.
Clean. Line's good.
No, the angles are not
Top 8 we want.
Not set up for anything straight
Close,
back. So
clean. Yep.
Good spot for Danny here if he makes this freeze.
Hard.
Really?
Keep going. Yep.
Gets by.
Good.
Crosses to the other side, so kind of a difficult spot to get to, but maybe with that rock getting all the way to that opposite side of the center
You could
line,
also rearrange
those
this
two
too.
guards
Just go like
may
that.
be lined up to clip that now if you run it in.
Because that way, I mean, they don't really have to run one of our rocks. You know what I mean? So this kind of lined up for them right now, but we get
Let John
rid of
take
both.
over commentary for a
Even if
minute.
they don't, and it bumps this in, I think we're good.
But how much weight?
Still no feel. You want to go first?
Yeah, I think so.
Pretty close. It's pretty natural. Nice half.
Playing firm. Trying to hit and roll to the middle.
Oh, yep.
It's all a firm there from Hamilton.
Yep. Whoa.
Roll into their own corner, their own center.
Good. Beauty.
And leaves 2 centers now for Schuster to use. That's really well done.
Change those angles on the on those guards, and now they can use those.
Those small things, Derek, on the leaves. Now those rocks aren't staggered, and Schuster can use both of those red stones.
Maybe even get 3 of them. I'd rather freeze on this side. Top 8. Yeah.
So intern freeze attempt for Richardson.
Bit early. Yep. Yes. Yes. Clean. Yep. Yes.
Trying to hold the line to go around the guard for this freeze. Speed really coming off of it, too.
Can you get it in a bite? Just bite. Whoa.
Does tick the guard, but rolls into the rings. Red Rock getting a little more lonely now. Text from Jennifer Standard down in Arizona. That's just mean, Jennifer. You were up here a little bit ago. Out in the heat. It's Jay Sinnott from Cape Cod. Danny Casper from Ardsley. Northeast players. And Derek, we've seen the talent from around the country. You know, a lot of times the players end up migrating to the Midwest because of the amount of clubs and the training centers. But we're seeing top players come from all over the place. And that's such a great thing for the sport to see how wide that talent base has got, where these players are coming from.
Fine, Chris.
Good shot from Plies there, leaving the shooter in a good spot. And again, Schuster controlling the front. Really nowhere for Casper to go.
Yeah, no trouble here. He's got 3 rocks he can use if he needs to.
I don't know what else we play.
He may end up playing something in to try to unlock those stones. Maybe. Yeah, I think I like that.
Don't mind that.
Try to play that to the corner and make John move those stones instead, those centers.
Yeah, I think we'll get to it. This. Control.
Changing his mind and trying to roll in. If it lines up dead behind this red guard in the house, now Casper is taking control of the front. This is all about where they leave the shooter. They need to roll right to the center line to get behind that center guard and line up a raise.
Yes.
Then it's something not only John can't use, but you can use.
Whoa.
That's absolutely right. Yeah, it's your stone to use and taking it away from Schuster.
Okay.
Just ends up nosing. Schuster's decided it's time to hit that
we can
counter.
roll to that, leaves the run double, but let him try, I think. You make it really good there. Even knows I don't think there's a double. I think there should be a nice curl
People
here.
still filing in this arena, Derek. I think the lines hopefully are starting to dissipate now. Really hope that they stick around for the women's final as well.
I think they will. They spent so much time in line. I don't think it's worth leaving now.
Yeah, as long as the concessions are open, I don't think that'll be a problem.
Hard! Hard!
Really needs to curl to get this inside roll. Mansteiner trying to get it to go.
That's pretty good right there.
Not too bad. Rolls to bite in 4-foot. Schuster sitting 2.
Normal.
Casper's going to run this yellow in.
Right there.
Likely see Schuster follow suit and do the same with their own red if they make this.
It actually ended up in a pretty good spot. If that rolls a little more, there might be this run double.
Yeah, if that rolls a little farther, then both reds might go with this raise.
Whoa. Clean. Yep. Whoa.
Maybe 2/3 to make this run and stick it.
Curl. Hard. Shot.
Does, and interestingly enough, sits in front of that red stone.
I think just not the run. Oh, yeah. Hit it right on the nose. Great.
We'll see the run now from John. He's going to use those eventually, and I think now's the time.
That right one?
We'll see which run he wants to play.
I mean, the right one has a lot of margin. I mean, I could just make
I
the
think
run
he's
double.
right there. The right one has more margin for error.
I mean, there's no hole here.
You can make this here too.
Yeah.
I mean, we sit 2 if you make that first.
As of this right now, Matt, he has to be really close to make this tough to even make this run with using this one. I think that's why it's this one.
Yeah, you're right.
So, all right.
Plus, we're sit 2 if you make it.
Yeah.
So.
Throw out turn center line.
Oh, wait.
Something like Fur. Nice smooth 8-5, 8. Dead nose, eh?
So Schuster playing straight nose run back. There was a thought for a second that they'd run the other stone and play the run double, but that may open up that rock in the side of the forefoot. So I think Schuster wants to leave that guard where it is. And if they nose this and make it, obviously the shooter stays there as well, and they'll still be in good shape. Applies eagle eyes, thinks he sees something he's going to clean up on the ice. We are getting noticed that the lines are now gone. People are all in the arena.
Yep. Harsh. Whoa.
With this out turn run, it's very close.
Done. Right to it.
That's really good.
Ends up actually
This rolls
a
up.
little bit. Maybe the door open a little for Danny Casper now.
One of those ones where maybe the sweeping, the directional sweeping actually hurts you a little bit. I don't know if they never touched that. That might be made.
Almost nose.
I like this call from Casper. If you tap this and leave the shooter there, you kind of bring three into play.
Stay there, right?
And now those centers staggered again. Danny's got a great opportunity now.
Yeah, that stagger on the centers, that's right, Derek. That helps Casper right now because Schuster can't use either of those for a run. Important thing is that they get the shooter to a spot that it doesn't spill open here, too. They want to get to as much as they can, play this tap. Could find a sneaky three here if they can make this tap right. Casper would be very happy to get two, get back in this game.
Good opportunity for two, and like you said, could find a sneaky three, but great setup for multiple.
Out-turn tap for Danny Casper, his first in the fifth. 21-year-old. Little on the wide side starting out here. Really needs to get up. They have to make contact with this yellow at the least to bump this in for shot. It does get shot rock. Maybe a flat double there for Schuster.
I think he takes it on.
Matt just threw this perfect and it curled just beautifully. I got hit.
Yeah, I don't
definitely make this.
Even if I get it out of the fourth.
No hesitation, really.
Yep.
Just needs to move it out of the forefoot to sit two. So important shot for Schuster, trying to eliminate this opportunity for a two-point end for Casper. We're going to see parking lot wait from Schuster here. Got a little smoke on it. His final stone of the fifth end, playing the in-turn double. Trying to get it to turn over. Uses their own stone a little bit to make that. I think that was by design from Schuster. Does make the double.
You hear Hamilton with a guitar riff. Schuster again, like we've seen so many times over the years, comes up with a big shot when he needs it.
So Casper forced to draw for one.
Chase, just take middle.
8 feet left.
In-turn draw, needs to touch the forefoot for his single. Important shot to stay in this game now for Casper.
Big ad.
Final stone of the first half.
Looks heavy.
In-turn draw, Danny Casper.
It's close.
Sweepers have not touched it yet. Now starting to clean a little bit. They like the weight.
Seem to like it.
Now starting to turn and die. Should be just fine.
Well done.
And a nice draw from Danny Casper to get his one. Right to the button. So after 5 ends, score now Schuster 3, Casper 1, and fifth end break is brought to you by Warm Room Hero, the intuitive curling club software that takes the stress out of schedules, registrations, and more. Warm Room Hero, a platform built for curlers by curlers. Check out Warm Room Hero at curling.club today. And again, our score at the break, Shuster leads Casper 3-1.
Let's say you're in high school and there's a sport you like, but sometimes you think, it might be cool to try a new sport.
Twin Cities Orthopedics is ready to go with more doctors, specialty services, and convenient urgent care locations. Ready, set, TCO.
See Schuster moving as fast as I've seen him move in quite a while, trying not to spill his water too.
Looks like some kind of company outing game you would play.
Sinnott starting with the center guard. Right on the center line, so that is in the no-tick zone.
5-6.
Schuster having Landsteiner come right around that center guard. We'll see if my old teammate remembers that it's faster after the mop now. He knows I'm going to roast him if this ends up going deep.
5-6. 6-6.
Whenever you, Matt. Take a look.
It's easy. It's good.
All you guys right here.
Sweepers
Just
like the
biting
weight.
it, just barely biting it. Yeah. 14 is really close by itself. On its own. Mine's great. Just on it.
Gliding a little bit.
That way, Lancer.
Stopping
Tight.
top of the button. We'll give him a thumbs up there. Sinnott looking to throw a second center. Like to get this one tight to the house.
Line's good. Little room. Line's close. Line's good. Tight. Ben. Line's good. Line's really good. 15-9.
15-9, as we heard. It should
We're
be
good, we're
just touching the paint, maybe, or.
All right, that's all right.
Ends up a biter, so Schuster can chase that. And that one, again, after the break, gliding just a little bit more. No pun intended with them chasing that stone, but they are not. Going to go around it anyways.
A little less.
Okay.
3-4.
Good. Let's plenty of room on this one. Curl for sure. Take a look. Take a look.
Shout out to the Cambridge
There's
Curling
just a
Club
mile
watching
of
this
room right
game. 24 teams
Probably
playing
gonna
in
go by
their
it, to be honest.
meat spiel. 64 stakes for the main event. What are we doing here?
Oh my God! and you
Lynette Monkberg checking in on that.
you heard Matt say it was a 3-4 out of his hand.
I guess
and-
here's
and
not bad.
Just read that
glides
slightly
all the way to
wrong.
the back of the forefoot.
Top 4 is better. We can go to here if we
That's
need.
that same rock though. That
Yeah,
that
biting.
second Landsteiner rock that we've seen a few times do that.
Yeah, I think that rock is a little straight and a little fast, Eric. It's been consistently running straighter and farther than his other stone.
Line's good.
The
Close, Ben.
sweeper's
Whoa.
reading it differently too.
Absolutely, like you said, they called 3-4, which is just short of the
Okay,
house or
yeah,
just in
we're
the house, and
still
they
got
were
room for that.
significantly deeper than that. But like we said, it's the third
It's-
time that rock's
it's
done that, so
off
it
it.
might be a rock issue.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and if they did select a set that has a faster stone, really, I mean, when you make the national final, I'm not sure if everyone's aware of this. Schuster, as the
gotta
winner
get
of the
back in
1-2,
here, guys.
got to pick whatever set of stones they wanted,
it there. That's
whatever
okay,
color,
too, but I
from
think it's
whatever
better.
sheet. So these aren't necessarily the rocks from sheet C, and I know that the teams weren't real happy with the red set on C. So I'm assuming this is a set from a different sheet, and you can mix and match
Line's
too.
great.
So you could take
Feels heavy.
1 and 2 from sheet
Feels
A
heavy.
for red, and then
Skating
3
really
and
hard.
4
All you
from
guys, I'm just judging.
sheet B, the 5
Oh,
rock
see?
from C.
Yeah.
You know, whichever
Oh,
sets you
let it
like
go.
from throughout the week, you know, you can mix and match any of
Okay,
these
go
red
now.
stones
Yep,
they
go
want.
now.
And
Go
then
now.
Team
Get it back
Casper
and
able to
over
do the
this
same with the yellow
Inside
stones.
the nose, inside the nose.
So they picked
All right,
these
whoa.
rocks.
Up, like
Landsteiner
that.
specifically took those too.
Absolutely,
If that rock,
he knows.
yeah, if
Come
that
on.
rock is a little straighter or faster, it was the rocks that they selected. So very interesting if that rock is different, that they picked that. Schuster piling up rocks in the forefoot now, but Richardson able to get
Close.
to this
Line's good.
stone on the side of the button with a freeze.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
They don't mind tapping it a little bit either, create a
Getting better.
pocket.
Close, Chase.
Set those angles up
Clean.
for jams.
Yep. Whoa, whoa. Clean. Yep. Yes.
Turning over nicely.
Yes.
Good
yes.
line here.
Yes. 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 Yes.
He's
yes.
got a
yes.
really good one.
Really good shot from Richardson and taps that back a little bit. Schuster's going to try to lose as many of these as he can. I think both yellows may be leaving the premises shortly.
Should be able to.
No announcer jinx on you, Matt Hamilton.
I don't think you can just plant it because it's enough where it should skid, even if you just flip this one.
We've seen this one from Matt a few times over the years. I think you're right. I think we're going to see
I think it's better,
both
Matt,
yellows
just to
leave.
clip this.
I agree with John. The angle plays better to lose
just
that
making
stone
sure
if you
can't stick.
click
can't
that
stick.
first red one into the yellow.
Half rock.
Like that.
Half a rock.
Smooth,
Two-thirds is
firm.
fine. What?
I would expect that all
Okay,
four of
smooth
these
feel.
stones will go,
Yep.
both reds. Maybe can keep that second one, but I guess the first one's going to jam on the yellow.
Yeah.
So he may be able to keep both reds, may lose the second one.
That would be ideal.
Yep.
Chris.
It's hanging a little
Oh,
wide.
good.
Now coming up. Doesn't lose the back
Still
yellow, but
almost
doesn't
made
really
it.
need to. Sitting two, good shot from Hamilton.
It's good margin for error on that shot. Anywhere on the outside half.
Might just
is,
have to
pretty
lose
good.
this.
3-7 bar. I don't believe that's a jinx. I think that's a make.
Control.
Counts.
Casper hitting this stone in the back of the forefoot, trying to roll underneath. Probably lose their own, but really need to get position in the forefoot.
Yep. Yes. Yes.
Team Casper needs to create some offense
Clean.
without
Yes,
the hammer
yes.
now.
Clean. Curl.
Like worst case to be a force. Loses the back one and stays open, so
Needed to get a little roll there.
yeah, Shuster will roll to the open and force Casper likely to have to throw a freeze.
Now John's set up pretty nice here. If Casper doesn't make that freeze for multiple.
So Plies hitting this stone.
Stay down, stay down.
The back of the fours.
Whoa. Yep. Yep. Whoa. Matt, I don't think we're going to go for too far. Leave it.
And the roll out to the wing from Plies. That's
Great
perfectly
shot,
done,
Chris.
sitting two. Good weight control there from Chris.
Yep, mission accomplished.
Might just have to go here.
All four members of Team Shuster looking pretty sharp
Fighting
right
forefoot.
now. And so comfortable in this position too. And you know, interesting conversation with John Landsteiner last night that, you know, they, having been here as many times as they have, John said that it's not that winning gets old ever, but you almost enjoy seeing
Close.
other teams do well and
Line's
win
good.
in these
Close.
circumstances. And John was very
Close, Ben. Yep. Yes.
respectful,
Yes.
I
Yes.
guess, or spoke highly of
Yes.
their opponents here, Team Casper, and what they've done. And
Yes.
you know, make no mistake, it
Hard.
matters to these teams
Hard.
that the
Hard.
depth of the field is
Oh.
improving.
Good.
Really good freeze
Yeah, that's
there
perfect.
from Luke Violet. That's an important shot there.
You're absolutely right. I sat with John last night during the semifinals for a few ends, and he had nothing but good things
peel
to
the
say about
top one.
Casper's team. He is nothing but
Well,
compliments.
I mean, we could also
Earlier
do
in the
this.
week before they played each other,
Okay.
Danny Casper
that's
texted
my
Chris
preference.
Plies, said, "You better sleep
Chris,
well
how
because
much
I'm
you got out
coming
of this,
for you in
Chris?
the morning."
I like that out of the young
I mean,
guy.
it's enough, but if we get one here, it negates it, right?
Kinda, yeah.
Not an uncommon
also-
thing in the curling world
Yeah,
either.
I like it.
I've said
Okay.
many times, we
Feeling the top, I
Matt
think, just
accidentally
makes their life easier,
FaceTimed
to be honest.
lead Christopher Sundgren of the Swedish team the day
You know what I
before
mean?
we
This
played
and
them
this
for
goes
gold in the
here.
Olympics.
I think it's here.
And then, as long as we were on the call, we just stuck around and
freeze the
chatted with them anyways.
Full eight
See
foot,
what they were
straight
doing.
height,
They
half
happened to be
buried.
watching the bronze medal game as well as us. So yeah, Landsteiner speaking about just enjoying watching this team improve and get to this point, but at the same time, when he said when they're on the ice, you want to cut their throats. You know, you want to go after them tooth and nail.
A lot of curling. A lot of curling, man.
The sweeper stick, this might be a touch up.
It's got a mile to curl.
It's okay. It's
Go fast, Fred. Yep. Yep.
Just gliding a little on this line. Shuster now playing to go around it instead of corner on it. Ends up in a pretty good spot. AC Casper hit what he can see of this yellow stone.
I mean, that's not accomplishing much, right? For them. Just don't know how much this is accomplishing if we try to move that.
I don't hate the
Might
freeze he was
almost
looking
be
at, but
easier.
does that do for us? 'Cause
He's
if we
still-
ever bounce off, he has a double, and we're in trouble.
Yeah, well, we're in trouble anyways.
Why? That was a wise comment.
Yeah,
Up here.
I don't think a lot of things
I'd rather freeze.
help.
Yeah, no, I think the freeze
I mean,
is
if,
good.
if
I
you're missing,
don't mind
and you're,
hitting
like,
that stone
weird,
actually, and just
that's-
hitting what you
it's
can
not
see, maybe
bad.
rolling away a little bit and forcing Schuster to have
Right.
to roll
It's really
somewhere
nice.
off
Small
of it.
tap's fine.
If you stack 2 rocks up, you may have a double on Casper's last.
Okay,
They are going with the freeze, it looks like.
Alright.
Yep, they are freezing.
the back one.
Okay.
If we need to go to the top one, we can.
And you heard Casper say if
14-8
it over curls,
They just
we
did
need
it
to
that
freeze
one
to the
with
top.
14-5,
We
they
can do
didn't
that
really
too.
sweep it.
Difficult thing for Danny is at this point, Derek, they're not really trying to figure out how to steal as much as they're trying to force, just because the angles aren't playing real well. They'll have to stumble into a steal if they get a miss. But
Yeah, at this point in the end, with the angles the way they are, they really just need to force. Do what
Gotta
you can
grab
to
a
not
bit.
give up 2.
Whoa,
it's freeze attempt on the
Easy,
outturn side from
easy.
Danny Casper. Just looking for T-weight. Line's close. Sweepers are going hard now.
it's got a curl.
Got to go to get it there too. Like to at least get to the corner of the other stone, but that sits kind of open.
To what? To play the. No, I don't think it's worth trying. I have enough.
Guard it.
Yeah. I think we just guard this, eh?
You guard this, he makes that, and then you have the
He
drop
makes
for
it,
2.
I have the dropper.
Right. Is that enough?
Edge 12. It should. Chris has ran forever down the sheet and only got to there, and he was middle. No rock one.
There is a draw to the side of the button for Casper on the opposite side if Schuster guards this. Extremely precise. They may elect to play that short little run in to force Schuster to throw a draw for 2.
It's not quite as fast as this.
We'll see which
I still think
option
it's
they
very
go
third,
with. Steal is, if Schuster makes this guard, the steal is pretty much out of the picture. Unless they do play that in-turn draw to the side of the button. Schuster's first in the 6th. Out-turn guard.
Pretty soft. In detail, guys.
Yeah, that draw you're talking about is very tough, but we've seen Danny take on tough shots all week. He's not afraid of them.
Go ahead. How tight is it?
Tight.
Hard. Hard side. Go
Trying to get this to turn over too.
You gotta get it to here, bud.
Hard.
A little more.
Little more. Little more.
That's good, that's good, that's good, that's good.
Okay, good.
Be just enough.
Good shot,
That's
Johnny.
just fine. Guard serves its purpose.
Yeah, I mean, giving him 2 is,
Fine.
well, it's game over.
No, it's not. It's the 6th end.
I know it's the 6th end.
It's not game over. There's 4 hands.
Thank you for that.
Casper and Sinnott discussing what their
you like a
options are
timeout?
here.
I don't like a timeout. I think this is our shot. Right?
Hey, we give up 2 and it's almost game over, right? I know there's
I don't think
a few ends left, but
I don't think we have a choice but to hold them to 2. That's complete honesty.
I think you just try to make this and stick it here, and I just don't see what you have over. You can hardly see this stone.
Sounds like Luke likes that draw.
I don't mind a timeout.
If you like it, I'm fine with it.
And they will take a timeout. So Coach
I
Jordan
think we
Moulton
I don't.
The
think we
legend.
can
coming out to discuss this shot. Our former
know it's
mixed
really hard to
teammate
not
Derek
give him
and our
2.
storied run to the Minnesota State Championship in 2019.
Yeah, we
National
were-
championships right here in Denver.
Yeah. We won't talk about how that
I
went,
mean,
but
you just throw
we had a
forward,
lot of
like,
fun.
move it.
I will say
I'm
that
thinking we have to
our
go
trip
for
out
something other than this
was
just to give him 2.
right after House of Hearts, our charity event. That factor.
Wasn't that fun getting here? Let's see
Make
what
what?
they like.
The draw, I mean, technically, it's really hard. I'm just thinking, Jordan, my thought is we give up 2. I know there's 4 ends left, but like,
This was kind of my first thought, because, I mean, even if he knows it, we're probably getting rid of one of them.
You make contact, he's got out.
and we give up 3 max if we miss.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, I think we just need, like you said, we need to find a way to force.
Yeah,
Whatever
I
they come up
really
with,
don't
the
think we can
scenario.
just like give him 2, and it's a really hard shot to give him 2.
They've thrown this pick a few times. I think there's a, with
I think even if you're short on this draw, you're talking this intern draw, it's a pretty good spot. I mean, you're obviously not forcing, but they're never getting 3. Unfortunately, at this point, a 2 is not the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no good options. There are 3 different shots that they're considering.
No, I don't think that's the shot.
I think that's really bad idea.
It's always difficult when you're not choosing between good options. You're choosing between, boy, none of these look good, but we have to play one of them.
Yeah, that's always the worst situation when you're not real confident in any of the choices you have. But
well, the shot that gives you the best result is the intern draw to the side of the button. It's incredibly precise, but if you make it really well, you could be shot rock, and it could play into a jam on that stone on the back of the button.
Center line's like a little less.
So I think that's what they're playing, and I think this is what I would throw, Derek. I wouldn't like doing it, but it's of all the shots you have, this one gives you the best result, and if you have it on the right line, it's possible at the very least you could take away Schuster's shot for 3. You don't, as Danny said, they think it's just about game over if they give up 2, but you're still in the game. 4-point deficit's not completely insurmountable.
No, not at all. I mean, we saw it last night in the women's 1-2 page game.
A little less.
But I like this call. I think, like I said, as long as you have a good line, they're never getting 3. And although being down by 4 isn't great,
Felt light.
Better than being down by 5.
Got room. It's got to curl a lot. I think it's got to curl. Really got to curl.
Just walking down sideways. Line's really good if they can get the weight there.
Really got to go.
Oh, just hairs that stone. So close to perfect from Casper. What a great throw.
I think it gets in there.
And John's going to try to make this draw for 3.
Nothing else. We're line 2.
Okay. There's no chance
I'm
we
not
can...
doing anything stupid. Like, we're never tapping them in. What's that? Yeah, just giving it a good spin.
So out-turn draw to the side of the button. Trying to walk this down. To the side of the forefoot, I should say. Really needs to get tight to that yellow stone in the top of the 8-foot to have a chance. We have to get almost full forefoot. So we'll see if Shuster can get this to finish with a little spinner. Though I believe Scott Dunham would say that's just a regular draw. Wonderful week for Team Dunham, too. Shuster trying to get a little fancy and get this to walk down at the end with a spinner, but just kind of overthrew it. Little bit of a circus shot, unlikely to get that to walk down, but they will take their 2 points. And Shuster now leading Casper 5-1 after 6.
Just because you're not a professional athlete doesn't mean that you should accept less. The beauty about what Thorne does is our product quality is the same whether they're in the athletic line or whether they're just for the everyday person. Thorne has kept true to never compromising on quality, never compromising on efficacy, never compromising on safety for not only athletes but for everyone who would use their products.
Got there right now.
Okay, we don't need the clean lines, okay.
It's coming down.
Let it come down.
Yep.
All right.
Beginning of the 7th end here in this 2023 Men's USA Curling National Championship game. Team Shuster leading Team Casper 5-1. Start of the 7th. We'd like to thank our friends at Floor Curl USA Curling member clubs are entitled to a 20% discount on any floor curl inflatable rink set. These rinks only take a minute to inflate or deflate and are the perfect way to promote your club at summer festivals, events, or anywhere you have a flat surface. No ice required.
Line's good.
Visit usacurling.floorcurl.com. Use the promo code
Luke.
FCInflatable20.
Line's
That's
not bad.
usacurling.floorcurl.com.
Gotta curl though.
Promo code
curl a little bit if you can.
FCInflatable20. Thanks again to Ryan and Steph LeDrew and Chad McMullen, Rock Solid
Good, Chase.
Productions, for being a sponsor for USA Curling and a part of this event. Also like to thank Curling Stadium for running these broadcasts, having me in the booth, and giving access to all the games this week throughout all 4 games of each draw. For the viewing pleasure of the fans, looking forward to more events with Curling Stadium in the future. Clubs can install their system in your club, watch league games, spiels. Very valuable for the growth of the game and for promoting your club as well. So thanks to John Benton, Ken Rittenauer, Joel Dietz, Jerry Gertz, everybody involved with production.
Yeah, it's been incredible to be able to go on and watch any game, even if you're not the feature. Something we haven't really been able to do in the past, and it's so awesome to have that for curling. And I think the viewers love being able to watch their team no matter what.
Gotta curl a bit. Line's close.
And if you don't want to listen to Derek and I and the other
it's always
games
Ben if you go.
throughout the week, you can watch a different game. You don't have to hear our voices. Now you don't have a choice, so too bad.
Fortunately for you now, there's nothing else going on.
Go ahead, Ben. Yep.
It's kind of like the Manning cast, really, having the two of us sitting here without all the fancy guests. But the same level of maturity and inside jokes and ribbing. 2 corners up now for Team Casper, trying to put together
Plenty of room.
a 2 or 3 point end to
Line's
get back
good.
in this game.
Don't worry about carving. Line's fine.
Derek, you just have to bleed points out
Keep
of
it
Team
clean,
Schuster.
Chris.
As good as they are playing
Well,
aggressive to
get off
score, so good defensively too, and holding leads.
Line's perfect.
Yeah, I mean, Danny definitely has an uphill battle now,
Attaboy,
being down
Maddie.
4 in the
Beauty.
7th end. It's gonna be a tough go. I mean, he can do it. He's shown resilience all year, so we'll see how this shapes out.
Guy walking by with a hot dog right now looks really good.
I smelled pizza for the first time this week up there, so
Maybe supporting the concessions
Line's
after
good.
this game as well.
Line's good.
So Richardson playing the draw
Clean.
under the corner guard, ignoring
Close.
those stones in the middle for
Line's
the time
good.
being.
Keep it clean. Close, Luke.
Line getting a little tight here too.
Okay. Curl if you go now, you're by. Should be close on its own. Close, Chase.
Sweepers really didn't need to do much of anything on that one. Richardson
Ben.
perfectly behind the corner guard.
Sliver. Yeah.
Seen him
Just try to roll
grow
to
as
the
a
top of
player
it, that's
so
all.
much over the last few years.
Inside out or
Really
outside in?
complete player.
In. Okay.
All 4 members of Team Casper. Such a bright future. I always have to catch myself and how old they actually are too. Getting mid-20s. Not quite so young anymore for a few of them.
no, it's weird how that happens. Time flies with these younger teams. All of a sudden, they're adults, and not just adults.
Sticks that one in, so this end may get a little more interesting now.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I think so.
I think if I'm Team Casper, I don't mind a little hit and roll off of this center guard to try to roll to a corner on top of their own and maybe move these red stones around. They are going to have to play to those eventually. Schuster sitting at least 1.
Close, Chase. Line's good. Yep. Line's good. Line's good. Clean.
Going under the
Yeah, you're by,
opposite
you're by.
corner. So patience here from Team Casper.
I have to go all the way back,
Here's
Luke,
that
for
center
this.
line too.
Okay, all the
Again,
way back
always
here.
quicker down that line.
Easy, Luke, easy.
We've seen this multiple times this game.
Yeah, they can't go much deeper and leave Schuster a double. May have done just that.
It's pretty natural. You have half.
Pretty good look for Plies at this double.
Yeah, you heard Matt say it's pretty natural.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a risk and say Chris makes this one too. This is a bread and butter shot for Chris Plies. Out turn, up weight, cross house double. This is where he lives. be a thick half here for Plies.
Close.
Came
No,
out of his
fast,
hands
fast,
really
fast.
good.
Hard.
Hard. Get him in. Oh!
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Rolls all the way over the top.
Throw, Chris.
Wow.
So actually, that one was on Schuster with the call. A rare miss on the sweep. Chris threw that
Or over here.
as well as he could. I don't know, do announcer jinx translate to miss sweep calls?
No, that's not your responsibility. He made the shot.
You like
Yeah, that's a very
Under
rare
one of 'em?
error from Schuster on the sweep.
Again, one you don't touch, you probably make.
Like normal.
So now playing the shot that we talked about earlier, Derek, with trying to hit and roll to a corner.
I like that they're playing this now.
Normal for Violet. Yeah.
I thought you were right the first time they should have played it. I like that they're playing it now, though, too.
Whoa. Clean, straight.
Curl to stick around for corner.
Whoa, curl. Okay, good look.
And pretty good from Violet.
What's that?
I don't know. Never mind.
I mean, we got the options. We talk about them. We throw a guard again.
The double peel's pretty great, too.
Like
Might
on
even
the
get
high
lucky.
side?
How close are they?
A rock.
If they're less than a rock, I think it drags a touch.
It's more than a rock. It's not dragging.
Okay.
Like, I just worry that we hit this thin and it goes into that or something. What's that? Yeah? I mean, we're lying, too. They're running out of rocks, right?
Yeah, I agree with Schuster. I think there's too much space between those rocks.
We
to get,
freeze and they
they're saying
freeze back. They're
drag.
pretty close to shot, huh?
Yeah, I mean, this is also really good right now. That was kind of my thought, but I also don't mind this.
No, let's throw the freeze. You're right, because he can make this double pretty easy
Guard?
and maybe get the roll. I think it's the freeze, John. I think you're right.
What's that? You think it's a freeze?
I think it's a freeze.
Okay.
Sit three.
You don't have to make it that good, Chris. I mean, you can even play this if you want. I mean, this is like is more natural
I
than
think
the
that
last
may
if
be
you did it anywhere on the inside, and I think
overcomplicating
you kill
things
it.
a little bit.
Yeah, I like the freeze
Either
here.
that or the freeze. I love killing that rock.
Because that Casper does
What's
have
that?
that double.
Yeah.
I think it's the
Let's go
freeze.
here.
I think you throw the freeze.
I think this would be the call.
All the way
yeah.
to it.
Yeah, right to it.
I'd be hesitant to guard just because
Foot
of the
above,
score.
it's fine too.
You know, with a 5-1 lead
the
at this
line right.
point.
Yeah, up 4, like you said, you don't need to overcomplicate anything. Throw this freeze and you're in a perfect position.
Difficult for Casper to hit and roll and lose
All
both
there.
stones.
Roll that. Close.
We're to it.
Line's good.
It's a little bump.
It definitely has to curl a
In-turn
mile.
freeze
Back.
for Plies.
Yeah, it's got to go then, Matt. Go.
It's like it's cruising a bit.
Needs to turn
Keep
over.
carving. Keep carving.
Still coasting. Lots of weight. That's going to go right by.
And we've seen that line time and time again today. That thing just
Like
runs
under
in. It's
again?
always faster on that center, and I think that's
Man, I'm
fourth
not
or fifth
against
time
this.
we've seen that line.
We've so rarely seen it miss the opposite way. The teams are deep on that. Pretty much every single miss.
Can.
We've seen it throughout the week, and really,
I don't
Derek,
think this is bad.
throughout the time that Dave Stavateg and
Control.
Sean Olofsson have been the head ice guys, our national championship, that line so fast going center out. So hit and roll attempt from Violet. If they can get under the corner, maybe trying to bring 3 into play.
Clean. Yep.
Not concerned about the double, but
Yes.
may be able to move both stones.
Yes.
This looks like it's
Well,
over
curl.
curling.
Okay, it's just right there.
So they leave that
Okay,
on
look.
the center line instead.
I think we play it.
Schuster having a go at this slash double.
Matt.
This would be a crowd pleaser.
I was just gonna say we might hear some roars here if he makes this.
Put it where you want to hit it, Chris.
I agree.
You hear Schuster say, put it where you want to hit it. They don't think that it's going to curl
I
at
think
all.
if it curls up
So
to the center line, it's pretty close, maybe a tiny bit too thick, okay? Yeah. Just shy of center.
using
do
the
you think,
center
Matt?
line as a reference for
that's
where
what I
they
was
want to
thinking.
hit
I
it.
think
Saying
center's
just
gonna be
shy
real
of
darn
center.
close.
Into it.
One thing we've seen from John a lot, the comment, it's a little dicey, but he still plays them all.
Yeah. Just want everybody to know ahead of time.
Yeah.
This is a little dicey.
Just so you know.
But I'm going to play it. Shuster with the intern slash double. Trying to lose both of these yellow stones.
Close.
Going backwards a little bit.
Close.
Spin. Get up. Spin it up.
And they both go. Great shot.
Really
from
good.
Shuster.
4. Yeah.
Little fist
You
pump
like there?
from the skipper. Matt with little finger guns. I think Team Shuster's starting to feel it, sensing that
Top 4.
they're
Make
on
it good.
the precipice of another national
pretty quick here.
championship. Casper going to draw around those two corners, still try to find two if they can.
Yeah, this calm confidence out of everyone on Schuster's team right now is what we've seen almost every year in the final. They know how to play in this situation. They're unbothered.
Yeah, it just looks like another game for them. You know, there's no jitters, no sign of being affected by the moment, having played in so many of these. I don't know that Team Casper really folded as much as they're just, you know, there's a level of play that Schuster's team can get to that nobody else can right now in the United States. We've seen Corey Dropkin go shot for shot with them on occasion and take some wins off Schuster. But when it comes down to playoff time, it's just this team is a different gear that you have to be at your absolute best to hang with them. And there's been a few small half misses and mistakes from Casper's team that they couldn't afford to make. Casper rolling out on the hit for 1 point in the fourth end.
But Chris says that went back as a third.
Like you said, I don't think Casper's played all that bad. It's just an inch here, an inch there. Playing against John in a final, you're going to pay.
And Schuster's, I don't think they'd say this has been their A game either, but their B game is so good now in these situations, and they make the right ones. They don't make the big mistakes in key spots. Schuster playing the freeze. Trying to lock on that stone underneath the corner guards. And again, this fast track. This one needs to sit too.
You even heard him say it's a little soft, and it's still going to run.
Yeah, that's coasting. I think that's going to go by too.
And that's that line we've seen all day, all event.
Yeah, really not that close either.
No. First mistake we've seen from John.
Yeah, John's been near flawless today. That
might count for one of those jinxes.
Yeah. If you want to count that as a jinx, sure.
Control.
So open hit for 2 for Casper. Inching back into this game.
Yeah, it should stay straight.
Still a steep hill to climb.
That other control I threw you that rolled out was heavy, right?
Similar type of shot to the one that Casper rolled out on in the fourth. In turn,
really
soft weight, hit and stick.
It's a little light. Yep. Hard bed to it.
Shouldn't see a lot of curl here. Should be all right. Just cleaning in. So Casper will get 2. Cutting into the deficit for Team Shuster. Now after 7 ends of play, Shuster leading Casper 5-3.
if you go for a 1. Line's
Beginning of the
good.
eighth end.
Line's good. Line's good for a 1.
Talk one last
Gotta
time here
stop
about
now.
Warm Room Hero. More than just software, it's run by curlers, dedicated
Good
to building
chase.
long-term relationships with your club. Warm Room Hero provides continuous support to ensure your website exceeds your members' expectations. Check out Warm Room Hero today at curling.club for special event pricing. Tyler George here in the booth. Derek Benson, start of the 8th.
6.
John Shuster leading Danny Casper 5-3 with hammer.
Line's perfect.
Derek, you're pretty much in all-out steal mode now if you're Casper. Even a 1-point score for Schuster would be a pretty deep hole. So
14-9.
you're going to see the aggressiveness, the double center guards very likely for Casper.
Yep.
Trying to find a way to get a steal and get back in this game.
Yeah, and he got an opportunity last end on a miss by John to get the 2 that seemingly came out of nowhere. And he's going to keep the pedal down now, and he absolutely has to steal.
Perfectly placed by Landsteiner on his first in the top of the 8-foot, and that's so important, Derek, the depth of that stone.
Line's close.
Top 4-foot
Little room.
plays into a possible freeze for Casper.
It's
top
close.
12-foot serves as another guard. So full
Line's
8 is
pretty
the
good.
ideal
Gotta
spot
curl a little.
on the center
It's
line.
close.
Landsteiner, as
Line's
he does,
good.
makes no mistake with that stone.
Close, Luke. Yep. Luke. Easy.
Derek has a
Little bit,
soft
yep,
spot
yep,
for
yep,
Landsteiner,
yep.
not just because he's
Nice chase.
a friend and a handsome man, but also a left-handed lead.
Left-handed
you
leads?
play all positions, a renaissance man.
Well, leads where I belong, let's be honest.
My only thing about going
I like
here
the
is it
booth
eliminates
personally.
trying
That's
double
my
peel and single peeling all night.
What are you guys thinking?
I mean, if you go to the wing, you're single peeling. There's no
That's
chance.
fine.
Okay.
Right here, Lance.
Landsteiner joking
try and
last night that
keep some
this
8
game
foot.
will dictate his golf season ahead.
Yeah, he did mention that as well, saying, yeah, if we don't win, I get 2 weeks off. It's just such a laissez-faire attitude for the team because they're so comfortable. You know, he wants to win badly, but he can joke about it because they're so comfortable in these situations.
All you guys. Back
As we
that
mentioned,
line.
the World Championships
15
are in
flat.
Ottawa, Ontario,
15
Canada.
Keep pushing.
Be a raucous atmosphere up there. Anytime you have the
Kinda
World
wet.
Championships in
Nice there,
Canada, that's the case. But especially with a major city like Ottawa, they're going to draw a lot of people. That a lot
Where
of
else
friends
you go?
talking about going up to watch the event. So whichever team we send up there will have a lot of support, and they'll be in for a wild ride.
Yeah, that is going to be a wild week. If you get a chance to go, because it is going to be fun.
Joe Polos
Mine's
is
okay.
Derek Benson, best left-handed
Okay.
one-eyed
Top
lead in
line.
the country.
That's true. I won a
Line's good.
spiel with him one
Line's good.
year
Yep.
with one eye.
Straight.
Some stairs took exception
Hard.
to
Still got to go for the freeze.
Derek
Hard.
walking down
Hard
them.
chase. Needed the
Stairs
8 foot.
thought I drank too much,
Hard.
so they taught me a lesson. But we won.
Okay.
One of your wife's favorite nights, I think.
Yeah,
Dealing
she
with
loved
you
it.
in that situation. So, straight peel from Schuster as that freeze from Richardson ends up short. 2 perfectly placed stones from Chase Sinnott to start the end off will force Schuster to peel these off. Hamilton makes no mistake clearing that up.
This way. Back 4.
Casper
I'm just
looking
thinking
to
if you're
draw around
here
that
with the
stone of the
intern, you
eights.
can roll there, whereas over here he's rolling to his own. Yeah, I guess it doesn't matter that much.
Yeah, it's a good thought process from Danny, but you're not really concerned about how many John has in at this point. You just have to play for the steal. So the easier draw is on the intern side with the way these guards are staggered. So as
Line's
much
close.
as you would like to
Back
maybe
4.
have them piled up
Straight,
if
yep.
Schuster did make a hit and roll,
Line's good.
it's
Line's
I
good.
think 1.2
Close.
points really is kind of immaterial at
Line's
this point.
really
for
good.
I agree. You have
Casper.
to.
Yep.
One, you're not
Line.
out of the game,
Hard.
but
Line's great.
you have to
Curl
take
now.
into
Curl.
account your competition
Go
as
till
well
it
with
stops.
these leads. This is a really good looking
Yep,
draw
keep
here
going
from
till it stops. Till
Richardson.
it stops. Till it stops. Good, Ben.
Completely
Nice
buried
job.
in the
Very
back
well
of the
done.
fours. Great shot by Ben.
Two-thirds. It's going toward this one, but it should go above as long as you roll this way.
Okay.
Like half to 2/3.
Straightforward double peel attempt now for Hamilton on his second.
Whoa. Close. Son. Yep. No.
Matt throwing the rock really well right now.
Whoa. Whoa. Good.
Does make that double peel. Both yellows go. Casper now needing to protect that stone.
Straight guard the yellow. 2.
We mentioned earlier this team goes with when Matt goes. He's such a spark plug.
Line's okay. Line's good. Line's fine. Always bend. Bend if you can a little bit. Line's good. Close, Chase.
Trying to place this
Chase,
stone.
finish a bit.
The guard position that
Yep.
guards both the
Yep.
red and the
Yep.
yellow. This
Yep.
is really
Yep.
high.
Yep.
Trying
Good
to carry
look.
it farther, but
I mean,
Schuster,
I
well,
just like-
decision
I
on if
was-
they want to peel that or just get
They'll
rid of that
probably
yellow
replace
while
it,
they
don't
can.
what's that?
They probably replace it.
Ty, in a game like this, when you're seemingly in control and you have that sense that we kind of have this as long as we don't make a big mistake, how do you balance that feeling that you know it's right there and you just have to execute? How do you balance those feelings and just keep your head down at the same time?
Yeah, that was the feeling we had in the Olympic final was you have that tunnel vision where you're so focused shot to
Past
shot,
the
you're not
logo.
thinking about the
Couple
end
feet
result.
deeper.
And then you get that lead and you're so close at the end and you're just trying to execute. And you know the thoughts that go through your mind, you go to some interesting places with that. You know, don't mess up, don't fall down, all that stuff. For anybody that thinks that we're just stoic and we don't have those thoughts creep into your mind, everybody does. So you're really just trying to stay in your routines. Don't rush things. I know I had one shot in that final in the 9th, or I nosed a appeal that I just went too fast. I was just trying so hard to get through that shot and get to the next one because you're so close to finishing that off. And
Okay, Luke.
luckily for me, it was probably the one shot in the entire game where I could afford to miss more than any other one.
Pretty high now if you make that.
I mean, if we can dig anything under there, it's going to take him 2 to even get there.
And that
honestly,
guard
you
really
don't need to
doesn't do
plant
a whole lot.
ours.
You're trying to hit it on the nose. And
Like
roll it
nose
off to
it,
the side.
roll out or roll
I mean, just
inside.
as long as you stay anywhere high, or even hit it high and spin it this way and the shooter goes is really good.
Right.
We've got to be close.
I think with how high this is, it's not a bad time.
I think it's a good time. Make this, like I said, if this rolls this way and here it goes here, it's really good. But let's make sure we make contact.
Yeah, I think this is the right time to play this shot. That guard is going to have
So you
very
like-
little impact
You like
on the end.
control or
You can
10?
always dig out anything underneath
Or
it.
you like board?
Yeah, it's so high. It's really
What?
not even in play.
10? Okay.
And the timing of these decisions, Derek, when you look at the way the rocks are sitting, you're already mapping out in the last few shots, where can they go? What are they going to do? If we play this peel now, are they going to replace it with a better guard and put us in a tougher position? So right now, again, where that rock is, the most dangerous stone is the one back and forth.
Yeah, exactly
If
right.
they had a center guard, that guard is the most dangerous one.
That one.
It works.
Does clip and roll to the wing and sit 2.
Trust in the 8-foot.
Yeah, as you said, you peel there, they make one better. You're just giving them a chance to make
Yeah.
it better when really right now it wasn't even in play.
Are we losing it at all? Or?
I don't think so.
Now it's a question of how deep they want to go. Yeah, I think it might be a little late for that.
Yeah,
now. That double. Still need to find a steal if you can
Yeah.
here.
I mean, if we end
As you
up,
said, it doesn't matter how many John is sitting at this point. You
Yeah.
have to steal.
If we
Those,
end up
those are
blanking,
immaterial right now.
And Danny's
than 2,
thought
yeah.
is a blank, then you have to go steal. They don't really like their steal opportunity right now with how high that
it's pretty
guard
hard
is.
to
It's
put
not on
this
the center
draw
line.
in a good spot where we're.
Yeah, I kind of agree with where Luke was pointing initially.
Are you
Even a
sa- so
tight
you're saying
guard or
tight?
top 12, even if you don't get shot rock,
Even if he just peels,
you're
drop
placing it there so
Yeah,
that
so just
Schuster
right
can't
here
get
and-
to it. and then that's the rock that you go under
use,
on your
yeah.
last. And that's what Danny's calling. And obviously, with only 2 rocks left, you want to get into a good position to try to steal, and you just can't do that with coming into the rings for shot rock right now. There isn't a spot they could throw it that John couldn't dig it out.
All right. Tight.
So this is just being thrown to a 3 for Danny.
Okay, so that's a Luke. Okay.
Intern guard, tight to the house, around their own guard, hoping they can bury this so that Shuster can't pick it out.
Decelled a bit.
Heard Danny say decelled a bit, decelerated, meaning
Still straight
kinda
though.
drop the anchor a little bit on the delivery to slow down.
That word gives me nightmares. I'm a golfer.
That's pretty well done. Maybe not quite as tight as they like, but
Ever like this?
does get it around.
I mean, you can go here, obviously. But
I think that's the best spot.
You go under, they probably freeze it, and then you got to drop for 2, or they try and do something better.
right. That's where right now, I mean, that's high enough I could dig either side. That's where if we go here, he has to roll. He doesn't roll, we get 3. This is my thought, is go here.
What do you think, Chris?
I think that's the best spot.
The perfect roll.
Should we call timeout?
Yeah.
Timeout.
A rare timeout from Team Shuster.
I mean,
Colin Huffman
Hey,
gets to
John's
stretch
right
the
here.
legs a little bit. They have
As we
the
go here,
alternate come
honestly,
out for these
We might
timeouts.
just try and make a better draw.
We'll listen in.
He's got to go for the seal.
really.
He's wearing Chris's other shoes.
I think we have more. I think I have more margin for error here.
You do, because if you ever go here, it's
Right.
danger. If
Yeah.
you go here, you're
I
fine.
like this a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Yep. Yep. I don't. Yeah. What's that? Just here. That goes only edge 4. So.
Perfect.
I think they,
Yeah.
they're playing a side 4-foot. You don't want to go any deeper than that,
Yeah, it's fine.
because there may be a
Try to bite the
possible
button.
jam if Casper would draw around on the intern side.
Good
So a
talk.
nice little
Right on the
constitutional for
That way his
Huffman
roll
coming out quick and going back.
I mean,
It happens a lot with John's timeouts. Not a lot said.
Do a cold freeze on
Gets
you.
a better look at the rocks.
Honestly,
Just come out, take a look. Okay,
here
going
would be
back.
great.
Yep.
Colin did tell me when I asked him about the
Is it 10 even on this side?
mix and match shoe pairs with him and Flies. I said I was surprised that they had the same size feet. Colin said they don't. That Chris just doesn't fill those shoes out as much as he does. Which I would think would be a little uncomfortable, but to each their own.
Doesn't look super glidey from here.
But Huffman saying that, yes,
really
he
nice.
indeed still does have bigger feet than Chris. That's very important that people
At
know
least
that.
20
Sick
feet.
brag.
That's that deep.
Very good spot there from Shuster. Forcing Casper into a hit and roll.
Yeah, I think we have to go for
So
it.
they think they can get shot rock underneath, so I guess they are going to play the
Yeah,
intern come around.
still think those guards are a little high, and John may be able to just move that off the
Yeah,
button
anything,
anyway.
yeah, anything that gets shot rock here, Derek.
Yeah.
If it's touching
Alright,
the
top
button,
button.
John will be able
His
to
is
get
like-
to
Yeah.
that outturn.
It-
Just on the
those
front
guards are
button.
just
A
so
little bit,
high.
a little bit on the- I guess you can see. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Well, Chase will take care of that. Okay.
Danny Casper's final stone of this 8th end. This needs to be buried at least part way. Keep them in this championship game.
Hold it back a lot.
It's running a little bit.
Got to curl a bit.
Sweepers
Gotta
are going to
carve.
need to turn this over. I
Whoa,
don't think
whoa,
it's going to get
stop,
to
Luke.
shot rock. Mostly buried, and I think it is shot. It's close.
Outturn? Yep.
I think John just plays off his own here
Yeah,
for 3.
it's a pocket now. Anywhere on the inside here from Shuster.
That had to be a
That'll be
foot
3,
higher.
and likely handshakes, I believe. I don't know if Casper keeps playing
What's that?
down by 5. But Shuster coming off of his own stone, 4-3, possibly lock up this national championship. Half a rock, probably ideal. Final stone, 8th end, John Shuster. Out turn, in off. Trying to hold the line, going backwards.
They're on, it looks good.
Nice shot, John!
And drills it for the 3. Makes no mistake.
And he's done it again.
And that will be it. John Shuster, 3-point end in the 8th. 8-3 final over Danny Casper. You see the respect between these teams. That move in the hat. These guys are good friends. You see that hug from Shuster and Casper. I can tell you, John will have some kind words for Danny.
Get those guys first. Go ahead and get
He's
them.
always very
We'll get you.
complimentary and appreciative of his opponents.
So much respect. Danny had an awesome week. You know, John was just, it's just too much sometimes, him in the playoffs.
Yeah, the week by Danny Casper, so impressive.
Play, dude.
#1 seed through the round robin. Coach Jordan very proud of her squad.
They've had an
Casper,
unreal year.
If there's a player that arrived on the scene, for the men's side of things, I mean, we've heard Ben Richardson's name, we've heard Chase Sinnett's name, we've heard Luke Violette's name, but Danny Casper really, arriving here as a star in our sport, and such a bright future for this squad and for Danny. And
these guys aren't going anywhere.
Yeah, these guys are going to be around for a long time, and it'll be fun to watch. Maybe this rivalry going forward, as long as John wants to stick around. But the new guard has arrived. Congrats to Team Casper on a wonderful week, a great season. Bronze at the university games, silver at the men's national championships. A lot to be proud of for that squad. Looking forward to see what they do in the future. And for Team Shuster, back in familiar territory. Winning never gets old, as we mentioned. They will be wearing the U.S. flag.
I believe for the 10th time.
The 10th time for John, somewhere
believe so.
in there. Yeah, between the Olympics and the World Championships, that is a lot of trips, and for this foursome.
We've just under 2 hours to the women's final. Make sure you come back. It's going to be a fun one.
Yeah, this women's final we have coming up at 4 o'clock. We expect to have a lot of fireworks. Delaney Strauss and Tabitha Peterson, 4 o'clock today for the women's final. The winner of that game will go to Sandviken, Sweden, to represent the United States at the Worlds. So for Tyler George and Derek Benson, thanks for watching. We'll see you at 4 o'clock.